welcome to a brand new episode of the Woolly Thistle Shopcast. I'm your host Corinne, here with my wonderful co-host Maggie.
Hello.
And how are you doing, Maggie?
I'm okay.
Yeah, me too.
I'm okay. It's Monday morning.
It's very Monday morning, isn't it?
It is very Monday.
Yes, but we are here and we are happy to be talking to you. Let's get some... Well, do we want to tell everybody, in case you don't know who we are?
Yes.
Yes, we are the Woolly Thistle. We specialise in non-superwash woolly wools, primarily from the UK and Europe, and here in America too. We love what we do so much, and we love that we have built a lovely big community of like-minded knitters who love the non-superwash woolly wool. It's a fabulous thing, and we really do. Love it. So that's what we do. We started out many years ago as an online shop, and we are still an online shop, so we're open 24/7 for you. And we now have this brick and mortar store, which is sort of a showroom in front of our warehouse, which we love people coming and visiting, and we're open throughout the week with hours that are on the website. So if you find yourself in the New Hampshire, Vermont area, come and visit us. We'd love to see you. Is that everything?
I think that's everything.
So let's do some housekeeping before we get into the show. We're no longer running ads. We haven't run ads for quite a while, and that's because we hope that you will support this Shopcast and the Woolly Thistle by shopping with us, by telling your friends about us, and we're not going to bombard you with silly ads on our videos. If you would like a spot on the show, you should get in touch. We love having viewer contributions, and you can tell us what you're knitting on, or whatever you want to about your knitting. We love that. You just need to go to our website and click on the Connect menu item, and in there you'll find a form that you can send in and say, hey, I want to be on the show, and we will invite you in. Check the show notes down below for all the links of everything we talk about today. And Maggie, who do we have for segments today?
So for segments today, we have a segment from Kelsey, who is showing us, she's swatching with some Lettlopi, and
fun.
she's working on a little child's vest, so that's going to be great.
Yep.
We have Emma joining us with some spinning, and she's working on some Christmas socks.
Good for her. And
So
she's
really good.
She's spinning some of Teeny,
Yeah.
which was a fleece that she got at Rhinebeck. And then we have Rachel.
Yep.
First-
Rachel is joining us from Fair Isle. She's had her first snow.
Yay! I'm sure it's measurable up there in the windy Fair Isle with snow. Well, great. So we got a full episode, and we always announce 2 winners, and we're getting really good about remembering to do that in the beginning of the show. We do one at the beginning, and then we'll do one later on.
Yep.
Do you want to announce the first winner?
Sure, I will. I'm happy to do that.
Yeah.
The first winner today of a $25 gift card to the Woolly Thistle is at Jan Makusik,
Well done.
5328. We can maybe type that out here
Yep.
in case I've butchered your name. And Jan says, can I tell you how delightful it is to talk woolly wools with that beautiful rainbow of color behind you both? Gorgeous.
Yes.
Your Shopcast is a bright spot in my day. Thanks
Aw.
for all the inspiration. Well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for watching, Jan. If you can email us at info@thewoollythistle.com, put prize winner in all caps as your subject line, we will get you your $25 gift card.
Yes, toot sweet. And if you would like to be in the running for a $25 gift card next time, all you need to do is watch the episode, leave us a comment down below, subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and then you too could be a winner. And we do announce 2 winners every episode. All right. Maggie, what are you wearing today with your cute little elephant?
Well, other than my elephant shirt, I am wearing my vanilla Fluff.
Ooh.
I reach for this one quite frequently this time of year.
Yeah.
So
It's gorgeous.
this is the same color if you go to our vanilla Fluff kit page. This is the red, and it's held with the Mohair plum,
Yeah.
Rama plum. And it's really nice. It probably is due for a wash and some care. But it's so cozy, and it just fits. I like wearing it over button-down shirts or even without the button-down shirt.
It's very nice. It's very nice. And that's a couple of years old now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's wearing
definitely
really well.
a couple years, because I knit it right after we launched the kit.
So it's a while ago.
Yeah. So
You just reminded me, talking about washing your knits, that I was making shortbread cookies this weekend, and I was trying to show my daughter Maya the bowl, and she was in another part of the room, And so I have the bowl up here, and I'm wearing one of my vanilla sweaters, and I have the bowl, and I walk over to shore, and I forget that the mixer is still plugged in. I mean, I'm so dangerous. And basically, I trip over myself because I'm sort of lassoed by the electrical cord.
Yeah.
And the bowl went on my front all over, like cookie dough, wet cookie dough. And so I did not panic. Had a little chortle to myself at being so silly, and I took it off, and I took it to a cold running tap, and I literally just lifted off, and it came off.
Oh, good.
It came off, and I noticed that another time I actually leaned up against a wet paint. When my house was being painted.
Oh, God.
I leaned against it. My lunchbox.
That would freak me, I think, more than the...
Yeah, my lunchbox got all covered in paint, and so did one of my sweaters. I can't remember which one. But I immediately was able to just pull it off, and there's no sign of it. And my lunchbox is like spattered with paint, but my sweater, no paint. Because you're able to just pull it off. So it's another wonderful thing about woolly wool, because I think if that was superwash or something else, it would have just stuck on it. Yeah. So anyway, I got all
slow, gentle, cold water.
Yes, and I pulled it off, teased it off, and then I just put it in for a spin in the washing machine, and it's drying and it's fine.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my adventures this weekend. It was fun.
All right.
Yeah.
And what are you wearing today?
I am wearing my Dunrobin in Lettlopi. This is one that I'm reaching to right now, and this is another design that I did. It's got the short, it's not short sleeves, it's got this sort of drop shoulder construction, and it's very cozy. I do have a t-shirt on underneath, but I can wear this next to skin, no problemo. And this is in a sort of goldy color, which I really enjoy. And it feels snuggly. It's got full length sleeves, which is nice. Yeah, feeling snuggly.
It's been quite chilly here in New Hampshire the past week. Yesterday I was able to wear my my tree light, which is another Lopi. It's cold. It's Lopi season. It's cold enough.
Lopi season.
Yeah,
I love Lopi season. So thank you for your support during our Black Friday events earlier in November. You kept us very busy, and we think that all orders, unless we've been in contact about your order, all orders have gone and should be in their rightful homes by now. So we did not get backed up. We were able to meet the demand. It took a lot of work and determination, but we did it. And we hope that you're loving your purchases. Thank you so much for shopping with us over that time with our selection boxes, grab bags, and then over Black Friday weekend itself was really great. So thank you for that. Yeah. Heifer International. Some of you might know what we were trying to do over Black Friday. What we were doing was, if you were buying a vanilla sweater, or maybe, I can't remember, there was two other, a vanilla fluff
and a victory
cardigan. If you were buying one of those kits, you could forego your tote bag and receive have a donation made to Heifer International. Heifer is a wonderful charity that provides animals to families in far-flung countries, and getting these animals are a lifeline, and they are able to sort of break out of poverty because of them. So we saw that we could send sheep. And so with this very small little toe into trying to do this, together we were able to donate 3 sheep that will go off to some very deserving families. We really enjoyed this. We want to make it simpler because it was a little sticky, but on the back end, on the front end was great. But we want to make it simpler, and we want to roll this out sometime early next year, so that if you would like to have a contribution sent on your behalf, we would do that. And I think Heifer is just a lovely charity. They actually have their headquarters and a sort of petting farm down in Massachusetts, and I took my kids down there one year. Really good work that they're doing, and so that was nice. That was good to do that, and thank you if you were able to participate. This will be the last Shopcast before the holidays. So we do want to make sure we wish you happy holidays, and that you get all your knitting time in that you want to do. The shipping deadlines are now passed, which means that we are still packing. We're still receiving orders and packing and getting them out to you as fast as possible. But now they won't be guaranteed to be with you in time for Christmas, because that's too late.
Yes, by the time you're saying this, even the post office guaranteed date will
have passed.
Yeah.
But continue to shop and we will get your orders out to you just as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
We've been hearing a lot about Arnie and Carlos's mystery stocking along. Is that right?
Yeah.
People have been doing
this
that.
time of year. I can remember last year too seeing lots of like they did the knit baubles.
Yes. Yes.
And apparently I don't know how I missed their stocking every year, but it's been in our Facebook group. We've seen lots and lots of you knitting the stocking this year.
Really
and
fun.
They look really nice.
Yeah, and our gift KAL is ended as well.
Mm-hmm.
That was really fun. Thank you for knitting along. It did get me in the knitting a gift way, which I'm not prone to doing very often, but we can talk about that. So Ravelry group knitters starting Jen Steingas knit along. They do this every year. I think they cast on January 1st.
Mm-hmm.
We let them host that right in the Ravelry group. So if that's of interest to you, please hop on over there and join the fun. And we will be having our Colorwork Accessory KAL in February. And so we'll be opening up sign-ups and we'll have kits and things. And actually a new design from moi. Yes, so I'm not going to show you that yet though. So sign-ups will open sometime in January. So get on our newsletter to be sure to hear all the latest news and when that's all coming around. Lastly, for January, Eva of Scottish Yarn Festival is coming. She's on an American tour and she's coming to the Woolly Thistle as part of that. We're very excited. She will be at Vogue Knitting Live. So will we.
We will.
We're going to Vogue Knitting Live. We've never been. And
we're just going to attend. We're not teaching.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we're not vending.
Or vending. We're just going to be around.
Yeah, we're going to be around. So if you see us, say hello for sure. But yeah, we're just going to be checking out this phenomenon that we've never attended. Yeah. And we're going to be like little girls.
I was thinking about signing up for a class. Like the classes are up now. So
we should look.
I just wasn't sure of like what day or time. Like what are we doing? Who knows?
We've never done it before. So we'll have fun. Yeah, for sure. So if you're going to Vogue Knitting Live, maybe, and hopefully we'll see you there. But yeah, Eva's coming over to that, and then she'll be heading up to the Woolly Thistle for a meet and greet, and she's going to be showing us all her samples and talking about her yarn and how special it is. And she's just a really wonderful person and an enjoyable character to spend time with. So please come to that if you're able, and be on our newsletter again to get details about that.
Yeah, if you're interested in attending, we can tell you that it is January 21st. So mark your calendar.
Yes, it's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. We'll have times for you soon. So you can get on our email list.
Yes. I think I blew right by some segments that we were supposed to do.
You sure did. You're just
on
fire.
It's all business today.
You are all business. I do have some knitting to share.
Oh yeah. Sorry. There's knitting.
She's just because you didn't bring knitting.
I know I did not bring knitting. There's no talk of knitting. Put that away. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Let's see.
I don't take her seriously.
No, she doesn't.
So I'm still working on my my socks, my Robin socks.
Hooray, gorgeous.
And I'm way down the first foot. It's officially past. I like to be done with the first sock by the 15th of the month to know I'm on track. I'm not off track. But I really am happy with the sock. I might need help. I pulled out, so you duplicate stitch on his cute little beak and his eye.
Oh, okay.
And I tried to do that last night. And I am due for a new prescription. They're on order. So I don't know if that was factoring into my inability to see where the stitch was to duplicate stitch over.
Is there instructions on which one to do?
The chart shows you where they should go.
All right.
I just couldn't get that worked out.
Okay.
So I'll
Adorable,
and it was just apparently late enough in the day where I'm like, I'm gonna do this another time. But I thought it'd be so cute to show him with his little beak and his eye.
I have seen, because I'm working in fulfillment, I have seen orders coming through with these colors. So Maggie, you have inspired people to be knitting little cute British robins.
I think Charlotte Stone should get some credit for that.
Sure, the designer for sure.
But I do. I'm really happy with them. I'm also delighted to say I can get them over my heel. Yay!
Yes, that's
which
important.
is always
touch and go.
a little bit of a worry with still being new to kind of knitting any kind of color work sock.
On socks.
I followed the pattern. She says to go up a half a needle size. I think on the second one I might actually go up
another.
Go up from a 1 to a 2 because I might like that better, but we'll see.
Okay.
We'll
Very
see how
nice. very
how
lovely.
I feel when I'm casting on the second sock.
And that's West Yorkshire spinner's yarn, and it just feels so nice in the hand.
It
and
is.
It wears
So,
like iron.
Yeah, her pattern has you knitting. So I'm using very old Deep Stash Fairy Lights. The Fairy Lights is actually now sparkly.
Yeah, this is pre-sparkle.
Mine is pre-sparkle. But other than that, it's the same. Her pattern, she uses the Robin colorway here. I just thought that this was a fun way to use up some of those partial skeins.
Yeah. Are these for you?
So these are for me.
Hooray.
Yeah. And once these are done, I will have officially knit 12 pairs of socks this year.
Oh my gosh. Are you going to bring them all in for us to see, or have you given them?
Some of them have been gifted.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think I might be around 6 pairs, maybe.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, it's
good, right?
More.
I mean, it's better than not doing any.
I am still wearing socks from 10 years ago. Just this morning, I noticed one of my older pairs that I was about to put on is looking a little threadbare. And I'm like, oh, you too have reached the end. But 10 years of hard wearing in boots and all of that. Can't complain.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I have so many socks now that they...
Yeah.
I do have some favorites that get more wear than others this season.
Yeah, this was a favorite. Yeah.
The other thing, I have finished my daughter's Sailor Swift top.
First of all, it's teeny tiny.
It is teeny tiny, but so is
nice.
she. So, and this was knit with Bûches, Le Petit organic cotton. And I haven't blocked it yet. I did weave in the ends last night.
It's so nice with the I-cord finish.
Yeah, the I-cord finish was a bit of a cotton has no give. Can I just say that? So I did try this. I'm like, I was looking at the hole and I'm like, will this go over my head? It does go over my head.
Okay.
So if it'll go over my head, it'll go over her head.
Good.
I'm really happy with it.
It's really lovely. And where did you do your joins? I'm so curious.
Isn't that nice? So I did do a jogless join,
really
and
nice.
you can kind of tell.
Like, it's up under the arm, though, so you'll not see it.
But yeah, so it's pretty smooth.
It's very
I think
lovely.
Even after I block it, it'll.
Yeah, perfect.
But yeah, it's
really nice. Lovely,
so
lovely.
I think she'll like it. She has
she
no idea that I've knit it.
Oh,
yeah.
She better really love it.
I think she will. It was sort of a risk, but it's the type of thing that I think she would wear.
Yeah, for sure.
I was inspired by VJ in our Facebook group. She knit one for her granddaughter.
Oh.
And she posted a photo of her granddaughter wearing it.
And you're like,
quite pleased. And I'm like, oh, I think my daughter would really like that.
Fantastic. Any
yeah.
other knitting?
That is it. That is what I have.
That's good. I have no knitting because I've been doing secret knitting for the, design, and then I'm also doing gift knitting, which I did hit a bit of a stalling point. My own fault. But we'll get there again.
Yeah.
So nothing to show, I'm afraid. Let's go to Emma and see what she's talking about. She is spinning teeny tiny.
Spinning and also a little bit of sock knitting.
Oh, good. So we'll see you on the other side.
Hi, everyone. Happy December. I hope you're having a wonderful month. If you're somewhere where it's cold, I hope you're enjoying that. Some people hate the cold weather, though. I really like it. And I'm excited that where I live in the mid-Atlantic in Maryland, it's nice and cold finally. Kind of feels like the holiday season. So yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful time, nice and chill. Maybe you're going to lots of parties, whatever. As long as you're knitting, right? As long as there's lots of wool in our lives, we're always happy. So today I'm coming at you with the third installment of my little series on processing fleece. So a couple months ago, right after Rhinebeck, I showed a video of me washing fleece. I did that without any bags to kind of keep the fibers lined up. So I had a lot of very jumbled, clean fibers. But, I have a lot of clean fiber from a fleece, a Shetland fleece from a sheep named Teeny that I got at Rhinebeck. There's a lot of variety in Teeny. As you can see here, there's some longer, sort of coarse, straight fiber there. And then there's a lot of the shorter, curlier, softer fiber as well. There's also a lot of color variation in Teeny. This is in a plastic bag, so you might not be able to see it super well, but you can see down there, it's darker brown and there's some lighter brown, which made me really excited to work with it. And then the last installment was me combing the fleece. So I have my Viking combs. I prepped it for worsted spinning, which is when you align all the fibers in the same direction, and then you have to kind of keep the fibers, together going in the same direction while you spin. So that may sound odd to a non-spinner. Basically, there are two types of ways to spin yarn, both with machines and with hands. The woolen spun and worsted spun yarn are techniques you can use or machine can use. So woolen spinning is when the fibers are all aligned. The end result yarn is a lot smoother. And then worsted spun is when the fibers are all jumbled up together. So if you use like a drum carder, you might have seen Caitlin using a drum carder on this channel before. That's a way that you can prep for woolen spinning where all the fibers are jumbled, and you don't have to like keep a guiding hand on the fiber necessarily because the fibers can be all jumbled and they trap a lot of air. You can spin woolen with worsted prepped fiber. You can spin worsted with woolen prepped fiber. Doesn't, as long as you're happy with the finished yarn, it doesn't really matter, which is like one of the most beautiful things about spinning. There's a million different ways to spin, just like there's a million different ways to hold your hands while you knit. Everyone's different. So today I'm going to show you how I spin a little bit of this fleece. So this is a prepped nest or nestlet from Teeny. It's just like a ball, and I wound this up from what I pulled off of the combs. If you watched last time, you saw me like pulling this off through a diz, which is a small little, well, it's right here. It's a little disc with holes in it that you pull fiber through to kind of align it and just help it stay in a kind of skinny strip. So I'm going to show you how to spin it today. This is at least how I spin it. This is not really a spinning tutorial. There are a million of those on YouTube though. So if you're interested in getting into spinning, you can Google beginners spinning tutorial or you can, especially if you're using a drop spindle, you can be more specific. Like I'm using a drop spindle, and people will show you how to spin with whatever tool that you have. So the tool that I'm using today is this wheel, which is an Ashford Traditional from the 1980s. There you go, you can see it. So this wheel was sort of passed down to me through a family friend who knew that I could spin. And at first I found it sort of hard to use, but then we got to know each other. I named her Felicity, and she is great. She's a little squeaky, but a great wheel overall. So this is a Saxony style wheel, which means that the orifice and bobbin are right here, and then the wheel is off to the side. Some people call this a Cinderella style wheel. You can also get a castle wheel. I have two castle wheels over there, but I don't want to bring them over because they're heavy, but that's where the wheel is down here, and then the orifice is stacked right on top of it. So it takes up a little bit less floor space, but both wheels are great. This Felicity is a single drive wheel, so there's only one drive band here. So some wheels have a double drive, which means there's two drive bands, and the drive bands go around different parts of the orifice and bobbin. This is the orifice, or where my hands go to spin. This is, so you'll see, I'll explain. But this wheel has scotch tension, and you see there's a spring here. And the spring is a brake that controls how fast the bobbin actually moves. So what it does is it controls the speed of how hard the wheel pulls the fiber against my hand. So if you turn up the tension, it's really taut and it wants to pull faster while you spin, while you treadle. There's one pedal. There you go. You can see the single treadle there. And then you can turn the tension down and it will not pull quite as fast. So that can determine like how thick or thin the yarn is, or just how much twist is in it, how controlled your spinning is. So really expert spinners could spin with really high tension and have no problems. So I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not an expert spinner, but I'm not a beginner. So there's already fiber on this bobbin. I'm just gonna tilt it here so you can see. So I've been spinning this for a while. Actually haven't touched it in a little while, but I'm gonna spin on it today. And so the bobbin is already more than half full with Teeny. So I'm just gonna keep going. So the way that I prep this is that I use an orifice hook here, and I have put the existing yarn thread here, single ply, through a few of the hooks on the edge. This controls where on the bobbin the yarn, or I guess it's yarn, once you spin, just loads onto the bobbin. So I'm going to use this hook to pull the yarn through the orifice. There we go. Okay, can you still see this? Okay, so I'm going to treadle to make sure it's going in the same direction. You can't spin in multiple directions. You always have to spin in the same direction because you have to ply in the other direction. This is important to know before you start spinning. Okay, so I've got my new fiber. Hopefully this doesn't break. No, I don't think it's gonna break. I haven't spun in a while, so I was a little worried. But okay, now I'm treadling. I am gonna add this guy in here. Okay. And again, I'm spinning worsted, so I need to keep my front hand here on there we go, on the fiber. I can let go. It's not going to break if I let go, but the fibers are going to start to get jumbled like woolen spinning if I let go, so I try to keep my hand on the fiber. And I always use my left hand to draft, and I have my right hand holding the fiber supply. So what I'm doing is I'm pinching with my left hand and pulling it forward. That's called drafting. And I'm pinching that. You can kind of see if I hold my hands in this position. It kind of creates what we call a drafting triangle. And you can see above my left hand there, it's like it's a strand of yarn. That's just one ply. I'm gonna spin this. It's gonna be, well, actually, it's been a little bit thick and thin, so it'll probably be between a fingering weight and a DK weight, to be honest, but I think it's going to come out to about a sport average when I have 2 plies together. So these singles might look really, really skinny, but once you ply them together, they tend to be a little bit, so they puff up a little bit. And I've worn black pants, so you can really see there's like some wool detritus on my legs, but yeah, this is how spinning works if you've never seen anyone do it. And if you have and you have a lot of judgments about my spinning, I'm sorry, everyone spins differently. Okay, so we're gonna just stop treadling and eventually the wheel will stop. And you can see what it's gonna look like if you do a 2-ply. Actually, this is called a ply back. So you can see this here. Oh, that's pretty skinny. That part's gonna be fingering weight. So can I pull this out a little bit and bring it? Oh, well, might break, but that's okay. There's my ply back sample. So it plies back on itself a little bit. I don't know if you could tell if it's twisted around itself. There you go. Now you can see that, but that's my ply back. So yeah. So let's do this. I hope you enjoyed my short little spinning demo and that you're having a great time knitting. Maybe you're gift knitting. I'm doing a little bit of gift knitting, but not very much, and mostly only socks, which for some reason I love knitting during December. I'm really enjoying the West Yorkshire Spinners signature 4-ply in the new, this is the Yuletide is the new one. I've used this sparkle yarn. Every year I get a new one, and I love knitting them during the holidays. I used different colors for heels and toes just from my stash that kind of went with the yarn just to avoid breaking up the stripe pattern. And I've really enjoyed knitting these. I'm almost done with the second one. So hopefully you are enjoying all the beautiful knitting and wonderful times. And if you're having a hard time, we're all with you. It can be a really hard time for a lot of people. So we're with you and we love you. And keep tuning in for some more woolly goodness. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you so much, Emma. I always love seeing her spinning and her processing of fleeces. And of course, it's always a joy to see her knitting. But,
she's such an adventurer.
Yeah, I think that. She makes me want to spin more. So that's good.
Well, great. Well, thank you, Emma. We'll see you soon. And I think now we should talk about what's in the shop or what's new or what we have that we want to talk about. Chiming Bells Blanket by West Yorkshire Spinners. Only 2 left at the time of recording. They're probably gone. But these are pre-packed, beautiful blanket kits. We had the Forager as well. I think they're gone.
Yes, although I think we'll be restocking the Forager blankets. Those you guys continue to love the Forager
Quite
blankets.
Right, too.
So.
I mean, these are long-term projects as well. You're not going to get it done in time for this fall because that's behind us now.
Yeah.
But you could be working on it towards the next fall.
Yeah, and it's great. It's an all-inclusive kit. Everything comes in it that you need. You've got the pattern and all the yarn, and it's a year's worth of knitting. That's a great value.
Yeah, and I hope that West Yorkshire Spinners does more of these. They're really nice, and you guys seem to really like them. So that is good. Killing sock yarn from Black Owl Yarn that came in and went out on Friday. So thank you, Julie, for working with us. And thank you, dear customers who came in and purchased a skein or 5. And they're just beautiful. They really are beautiful. You're going to love them.
Yeah.
We have Tuku Mohair, which is brand new. And so, oops, we thought we would show some. Yep, that's the bright red one.
Yeah.
Very Christmassy.
I love this color. This is color 720.
Okay. And then this one here, let me get my way around this label. Where's the color?
Right
there we
there,
go.
cinnamon.
702. So can we talk a little bit about what makes up their silk? Is it silk mohair?
Yeah, so their silk mohair is a 70-30 blend, 70% kid mohair, and 30% cruelty-free silk.
Yep. And you get 246 yards on a 25 gram. So very thin. Feels nice. It feels fluffy to me. My hands are really dry, I have to say, which is not helping anything. And
Time of year.
it is that time of year. This color is 747 and it's beautiful. It's sort of a very pale pink.
And it pairs nicely with
Yes,
that one.
with
yeah.
this one, which is pink blush. So these together, oh,
Yeah, they're really, really
beautiful.
So if you're looking for a neutral, color 701 goes with 01 sake.
Lovely. And then we've got here a gray 703, and that could go with Ori 03, and it could also go with Humu, which is 02. I think either of those.
Yeah. For
Oh,
the
pretty.
light purple, you've got color 740, which goes nicely
Perfectly.
with color 40.
Yeah, these are designed to go together.
Yeah.
H43, which is lovely, goes with this gorgeous pink.
I love that color.
Which is 728. It's so juicy berry.
I love it.
Love it. Piggy noises.
Yeah. Color, let's see, 739. I really need new glasses. 739 and color 39. I guess you want to see them together, huh?
Thank you, Maggie.
I'm just holding them down.
Oh, and this
Super smart here.
is there more?
There's more there. I love this hot pink. Hot pink 43 with
It's good.
743.
Yeah, that is great.
There's
do
a
wanna knit with
pattern
that.
that is I think it's the Piri beanie with mohair.
Ooh.
And there's a photo of it in the hot pink, and ever since then I can't stop thinking about it.
08 goes with 708 really nicely, like that. And then we've got this lovely brown, which is 731 and goes really nice with H32. Can you see that?
That is really nice.
And then we've got a black pairing. The black 38 goes with 738. That'd be nice for a sweater that you could wear all the time. H27 is their navy blue, and it goes with 727. Is that the same?
Yeah, they look really good together.
Yeah. And then there's a couple that we don't have yarn for. I don't know if that's because we just don't have the yarn in, or if it's because they don't have yarn to go with these colors, which I'm sure they do.
They do.
Maggie's leaving. All right. Yeah, that's nice. H36 with 735 in the mohair. Beautiful sagey green, lovely.
I love having a shop here where we can
I
just
know.
go pick things.
I know, and yes, we do.
Yeah.
H22, which is that
Yeah.
lovely
It
yellow,
is a really popular color of theirs.
goes with 748.
Yeah, I think those look good together.
Fantastic, kind of similar to what I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, really nice. Brand new from Tuku, and come and get them. They're beautiful.
They are.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Do you want us to put that in there?
Yeah. Yeah, the love of mohair does not seem to be slowing down at all.
Why would it?
I
It's
don't
so
know. It
fluffy
is
and
so
gorgeous.
I know.
I want to knit more fluff.
Okay. The other thing we have in the shop that I simply can't resist, and I don't think you guys can either because they keep flying off our shelves, are these little stitch stoppers. We have, in addition to what we had previously shown and carried, we got some new guys in.
Oh,
look at these. These are so cute.
Lambs.
Little lambs, little sheep.
Ladybirds.
I love these guys. Little kitties in a basket of yarn.
What's this one? It's sort of like a stained
it looks
glass
like a stained
window.
glass. It's a hummingbird. Little butterflies.
For the uninitiated,
So
you put these on the end of your pins when you are putting your knitting down so stitches don't fly off.
Yeah,
And
I'm surprised how much I really like these. I've got like 3 sets at home now. And I do, like yesterday I had a project going and it kept popping off the end of the needle and I was like, dummy.
Stitch stoppers.
Yeah, these are cute. They're little bees.
They are cute.
They're really adorable.
And then these are nice. These are sort of hexagon thingies and they've got pretty flowers on them.
Yeah, so there's a number of different colorways now for these.
I like the pink.
Yeah.
Always. Very nice. So these are new in.
Yeah.
And we still have the other ones too. And they're just a really nice thing to add to your order. Maybe get free shipping as a result.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, so who should we go to now? Kelsey?
Let's go off to Kelsey and see what Kelsey's working on.
All right, we'll see you when you get back.
Hey, it's Kelsey, just checking in, wanting to jump into the Shopcast this month again. I just got a couple of things I wanted to talk about, and just another little food for thought thing that I've been thinking about recently. First is a yarn that is new-ish to the shop, but a brand that is not. So this is, if I'm gonna wrap this back up, Lettlopi. I assume it's Lettlopi. That's how I'd pronounce it in sort of other languages. I don't speak Icelandic, but that's my understanding. Or potentially Lettlopi, but I would assume it's Lettlopi. It is the same producer as Lettlopi and Lopi, so it's 100% Icelandic wool. It even has some seals of quality Icelandic wool, but it is definitely thinner. So if you have knit with Lettlopi, this is a similar construction, but I'd say it is definitely thinner to begin with, and it also, to me, feels like it is also a little bit more twisted than the Lettlopi feels like. I wish I should have thought to grab a ball of Lettlopi while I was talking about this, but I didn't. Lettlopi feels more like you can pull it apart, like it's closer to Plötulopi, and this is on the way towards Einband, the lace weight Lopi. So it is not lace weight, and it's not as sort of stiff and like twiny as Einband, but it does have a little bit more, to me, a little bit more of a twist to it. So I knit up this little swatch here. This is on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a US 6. See my little holes? Those are just yarn overs and knit 2 togethers in the last couple rows of my swatch. So that's how I keep track of what needle size. And as you can see, this is unwashed. So it's a little bit, you could definitely see through it. You can see my face through it when you pull it, but that it will definitely bloom a bit. I can already tell it'll bloom. It's already got some of the halo happening. And this is about 22 stitches. Maybe 20, 22. This is 22. But I would say if you have any project that you would like to knit in a Lopi yarn and an Icelandic yarn and get sort of that fuzz, that Icelandic feel, that lightness but warmness, and the rustic durability, but is over, say, I wouldn't knit Lettlopi any denser than 20, absolutely. It's happier, in the 16 to 18 range, and some people even push it down to like 12 or 14. So this is definitely for anything over 20 and even maybe over 18 stitches per 4 inches, should say that, per 4 inches or 10 centimeters, because they're close enough. It's a great feel. It's the same sort of feel as the other Lopis. It's the great sort of heathered color. So this is a natural brown kind of color. Let's see, 3004. So I don't actually know what the name of, I was hoping it would say moss brown or something, but it doesn't. So great yarn. I would love this for like mittens in the fall. Like I have some mittens that I've knit out of Lettlopi that I wear basically all winter. And what has happened to them is the palm has definitely sort of, it hasn't felted, but the like outer hairs have sort of stuck together a little bit. And it's only gotten warmer as that's happened. So it's gotten more durable. It's gotten warmer. It sort of fills in what looks like holes at the beginning. It looks like sort of this gappiness. And I have no problem wearing those through the winter. But this would be great for mitts, fingerless mitts even, for the fall. I think that'd be fantastic. Also for anyone who runs warm enough to not be able to wear Lettlopi inside, me, this would make a good sweater if you can wear Lopi yarns next to your skin. Or wear a long sleeve and then wear your Lopi over it. A cardigan, a lighter weight sweater, I think those would be both great in this yarn. Again, it is a Lopi yarn, so it has some of that scratch factor from being that double coated sheep. The sheep have kind of an inner coat and an outer coat, and the outer coat is intended to, you know, repel water and do all these great things for the sheep. That's exactly what this will do, is sort of repel snow. I've done, you know, you pick up whole balls of snow and it just sort of falls off. Brush it off and your hands are dry. So I think that would be a fantastic use for this. And then that sort of layer of sweater either next to skin or over as an overlayer, depending on how you like to wear your Lopi. So it's a great option for a lighter weight option that is still that all the characteristics of Lopi that you like. Fiala Lopi. I just love their names too. Like, I wish I spoke Icelandic, because like I don't have a single clue. Ooh, where's my camera? How to pronounce, if you can see it. New Lopi member. No idea. Anyway. Okay, moving on from that. The other thing I wanted to talk about is what I'm currently knitting. I'm currently knitting, and this is a black and white, so sorry about that. This is the Lizzie Pinafore. Oh yeah, it says on the bottom. By Gudrun Johnston. It is a sort of little overdress situation for kids, for little kids. The sizes are from, I think, 6 months or so to 6 years, give or take. I have the pattern. I can look at it. Let's see. Sizing is 1. Yeah, so the youngest size is 1 because it makes sense, you'd be walking, but 1 to 6, and also gives you the inches for those measurements. So like you may have a giant 4-year-old or a tiny 2-year-old and need to knit a different size. But it's ribbing in the bodice, which is really for giving over layers and for other sides. And then it's just sort of an overdress. So, you know, if it's a little tight, if it's a little short, like it's not going to matter. Or if it's a little loose, honestly, it's not going to matter that much because it's going over something like a tight or a legging. So I am using a couple of yarns from Stash, plus this is Jamieson and Smith. I'm sorry about my lighting. A cone of FC 56, which I bought probably, it's been a few years. It's been a few years. I feel like this I bought when cones were super scarce during or just after the pandemic, when JNS wasn't shipping anything, and then they suddenly were, and then they weren't, and all these things. But then I got this and I was so excited, and I just haven't used it, haven't found a pattern project for it. So it is sort of this royal regal purple color. I don't think it's coming quite across as purple as it is. It's very kind of grape regal purple, but is heathered with a lot of like greens, kind of emerald greens and things. So I really love it. I don't mean to keep being like, look at this color, and it's blowing out in a funny way, but go check it out on our website. It's fantastic. It's FC56. And I intended to knit a sweater for myself, and I probably still could after I knit this project, because for the size I'm knitting, which is the 6, the US 6, it only requires 3 balls of JNS, and this is the equivalent of about 20 balls. So I still probably could knit myself a sweater, but I wanted to break into it for this pattern. I haven't gotten the farthest in the world, and as I said, the other yarns are from Stash, so they're other things, but again, you're not going to be able to see it because of the lighting, but it's right now, the purple is at the bottom, and then it alternates with kind of a gold color, and then I'm getting into sort of gold plus gray, kind of a steel gray color, and then I'll have a deep blue that I'm getting into a little bit later. If you can see from this, throwing things, from this picture, it's got a pattern in it that's, what does she call it? Razor clam? No, it's not razor clam. She calls it something. It's called a razor shell pattern. It's razor shell lace. And in my brain, I call it razor clam lace, which it's not what it's called, but that's what I call it, razor clam. So this is not razor clam, this is razor shell lace. And you're doing a lace pattern that creates these chevrons. So these are all straight knit rows. It's not color work. But the way that you do some increases and decreases creates these little columns. Oh, you can see it well. There's some columns there that create the chevrons. So I'm having a lot of fun doing that. It's purl every other row, but then the lace on, every second row. And you do this all the way up, and then you start shaping a ribbed bodice. So pretty happy with this. Whoop, dropped it again. Yeah, so that'll be good. I'm gonna keep on trucking with that and see how it goes. And the very last thing that I wanted to say, because I'm a little bit out of time, is I love shopping my stash. Some people have zero stash. Some people have boxes and boxes of stash and shelves and whatever else you're storing things in. But I love both things. I love buying for a project, in particular, like I want to knit this project and this is the yarn I want to make. Perfect, great. But I also love shopping from stash, because that allows me to do things like buy yarns that I really like when they come out, like this cone. When it was available, I bought it. Didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I bought it. And then pieced it together with, like, these are the other two balls that came from stash. Oh, my little temporary tattoos are coming off from a kid's birthday party. So these are very similar. They're not very similar. This is also a non-superwash wool. It's a different wool. It's a similar construction, but it's not Shetland wool. But it is working up just fine in this pattern, and I was able to put it together from things that I already owned. So it's kind of a fun way to both be able to buy things that are special, buy things that appeal to you, buy things that inspire you when they come up without something in mind, and then still use them, obviously, by putting them all together. And maybe you have to buy one extra color for color work, or you need to buy the main color for something and you have all the yarns for the color work, or you need to buy one more ball and, because it's a commercial yarn, it'll be okay with the lots or the dye lots or whatever. It's just a fun way to balance some of these things. So I just wanted to share that I was just pretty happy, pretty pleased with myself of being able to kind of put these colors together from what I had, but I only had it because I bought it at a different time because it brought me joy to buy it. So I know there's a joke out there that, buying yarn and knitting are two different hobbies. And that can be very true for some people. But I also find joy of putting those things together, right? Like having my stash and being able to knit from it is also just a lot of fun. And I spent some time do I have enough yards of this? Do I have enough yards of that? Do I have this color? Do I have that color? Do these look good together? And it's just another layer of the process. It's not like, oh, I can't get to the knitting yet because I'm thinking I haven't figured it out yet. It's another piece of it that you can get some enjoyment from, and I know that I do. So I just wanted to share that as when it's on my mind because of this. And with the holidays, maybe you'll receive yarn, or you'll give yarn, or gift cards, or whatever, or books, or anything, and it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I just like it, and I want it, and I'll use it later, and you will. You will. So it's just something that is a lot of fun for me at least, to figure out. And if it's something that's not a lot of fun for you, and you need some help figuring out what pattern would go with yarn that you have, or what yarn would go with the pattern that you really want to knit, you can always send us an email at the info@thewoolly thistle, and it'll get to me if it's that kind of question. So happy holidays. Thanks for coming and listening to me yammer on about everything, and I will see you later. Bye.
Thank you so much, Kelsey. I always love seeing what Kelsey is working on. She always has some brilliant ideas.
Yep.
And nice to see her swatching with Lettlopi, is how I've been told we're supposed to say it.
We
like to say Lettlopi around here. But that's incorrect. I've been corrected that it's Lettlopi.
Hasn't stopped us. So now we pronounce it both ways.
Yeah.
Or
if I say it the right way, people look at me like kind of sad. So, this is a wonderful newish yarn from Lopi Iztec.
Just
Icelandic
gorgeous.
wool, DK.
DK way,
just
that's what
so
it is.
nice.
It's DK way
Yeah.
Lopi. And yes, I do want to knit with this.
Yeah.
It's a
There
nice,
is more and more pattern support coming out for it, and it is just really, really lovely.
keep your eyes out for it. And we have it here at the shop, along with, of course, Lettlopi and Alafos Lopi, which does really well.
Uh-huh.
And what's the other one?
Einband.
Yes, Einband, which is their
Einband,
lace weight.
Yeah, Einband is great. There's a lot of patterns too where you hold the Einband with. You can either hold it with the DK or hold it with the Lettlopi.
Or Plotolopi,
Or Plotolopi, yeah.
which is the unspun.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, so what else do we need to talk about here, Maggie?
So a couple of new books that have arrived, hopefully that are here available now. If not, they're coming very soon. Our Joyful Colorwork Socks from Charlotte Stone. That is her latest release. Very excited to
Very
get my
excited.
hands on
That's
that.
what, yes.
Yeah, just her first book, Charming Colorwork Socks, was really wonderful, and I'm sure this is going to be more of the same. And also new to us from Cozy Publishing is Dreamy Knits. We can put a photo here.
Yep.
You guys have been loving their books, and so have we. So if you want to know more, you can stop by the shop and check out our bookshelf.
For sure, for sure. Okay, so reminder of shop hours. We are open here for greeting you and showing you around. Tuesdays are 12 to 4, Thursdays 12 to 4, Friday 10 to 4. We are open some Saturdays, and coming up it will be January 18th, February 1st and February the 15th, and those hours are 10 to 2. Should we announce the last winner before we go out with
Yes.
Rachel from Fair
Yes,
Isle?
we do not want to miss our winner. Our second winner today is at Jill Bennett 8334, and Jill says, "My first time watching your podcast. I love non-superwash wools. Welcome."
Yes.
And they can be difficult to find from smallish producers or overseas suppliers. I'm glad to know you have so many, and it's fun to see you show things on the podcast. Well, thank you so much, Jill.
Yes, Jill.
If you can email us at info@thewoollythistle.com, put prize winner in all caps, and we will get you your $25 gift card.
Yes, and if you want to be in the running for a prize like Jill, all you need to do is leave us a comment down below, subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, tell your friends, visit the shop, all the things. No, all you need to do is leave a comment down below and subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up, which is almost as much as what I said before.
Yes.
But yes, and then you're in the running for a gift card next time. So good luck with that. Maggie, anything else that we need to say before we bid them a fond farewell?
I don't think so. I think there will be a bonus episode that we've already told you about, but I think once again, I just want to thank you all for being here, for your support of the podcast, your support of the shop, your support of us. It has been 2024 has been a wild ride. But it was
years.
it felt like 24 years. But it was so good. There are some real highlights. I'm meeting so many of you at Rhinebeck and India Untangled. It feels like forever ago, but it was amazing and wonderful. And so I love reading all your comments, even though we don't get to necessarily reply back anymore. We do try to read them. And I just want to say thank you for all the support of us and the shop. And
for sure. I could ditto all of that. And just, thank you for being here and being fans of what we love too, and just continually giving us ideas and feedback and shopping with us and coming to visit us in person. We love that. We really love seeing you here, and we really appreciate you shopping with us and telling your friends and talking this up. We can't do this without you, and we want to be doing this. This is really fun and enjoyable and worthwhile as well.
Yeah.
So I think we just need to bid them a fond farewell. Happy holidays. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas season, or however you celebrate, and see you in the new year. There will be the bonus episode coming soon, and then we'll see you in 2025 and see what shenanigans that's all got in store. Plenty, I'm sure. So we're there for that with our knitting, and we'll see you there. But I think, Maggie, all that's left to say is, if you go out,
take your knitting.
Bye.
Hello Woolly Thistlers, it's Rachel from Barkland Croft here in Fair Isle. I hope you're all keeping well. And what a busy month November has been. There's been lots crammed into it, including some absolutely beautiful sunrises like this one. There have been lots of jewel-coloured fungi popping up everywhere. And we had our first snow of the season. The Snolder ferry came in and brought all of my bales of winter silage, and as you can see, the sheep were very happy to receive it. One of my cats, Scampy, developed a bad eye infection, so I had to take her out to the vet. Now, this was meant to be a quick there and back trip, but unfortunately the weather closed in and we ended up getting stuck in Shetland for the week. Thankfully, I had my camper van still out there, so we had a place to stay. One of the positives of having time in Shetland was I got to see the amazing all over photography exhibition. My time in Shetland also coincided with the Christmas parade, the switching on of the Christmas lights, and Father Christmas's arrival on the Shetland lifeboat. But it wasn't just people getting into the Christmas spirit. There were Shetland ponies dressed up. And even this very cute little goat. Then it was time for the parade. we had a lovely time in Shetland. It was so good to get back home and to the sheep. And I think all that's left now is to wish you all a very Merry Christmas indeed. See you soon.